Since this weekend is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I want to give you a little overview of the track. The track is the Baku City Circuit, as it is the street race in the capital city of Baku. This is a newer generation of Grand Prix, with its first being held in 2016. The track is made up of 20 turns for 51 laps and has the standard 2 DRS zones. This circuit encompasses the city center square and travels to the perimeter of the old walled city and looks over the Caspian Sea. It is the fastest street track on the current F1 calendar and is the fourth longest circuit. With its wide straight and tight turns, I'd expect to see some exciting action. Sector 1 starts at the checkered line and ends just before Turn 5. There's a brief straight that holds the end of the second DRS zone before Turn 1, which is the first 90-degree turn of the city square. Drivers have to brake hard when entering, as they can be traveling 350 km per hour from the previous straight. Just before Turn 2 is the first DRS detection zone. Then Turn 2 is another 90-degree turn that follows shortly after. The straight between turns 2 and 3 holds the first DRS zone, which causes more hard braking into the 90-degree corner of Turn 3. To end the city square portion of the race, a short straight follows before the final 90-degree corner of Turn 4. This is a tricky corner to exit, as it can cause a bit of oversteer. Sector 2 spans from just before Turn 5 to just before Turn 16. This is a tricky area of the track with tight turns that wear on the tires. Turns 5 and 6 are a left-right chicane that lead into another small straight. Turn 7 is curved decreasing radius corner before heading into what is referred to as the castle part of the track. This area is narrower, going as small as 8 meters wide, which makes sense as it is part of the older part of the city. Turns 8 through 12 are incredibly close together, causing the drivers to change directions rapidly. The drivers take a lot of curb in this area of the track with caution of the limited space. After exiting Turn 12 uphill, the drivers can go heavy on the throttle into turns 13 through 15. These turns are widely curved, but still a narrow track, making a long, stilted curve around the city perimeter. The drivers are traveling downhill from Turn 15, which can cause some issues, as the braking and curve carries the drivers towards the wall of the track and the end of Sector 2. Sector 3 begins at the entrance of Turn 16 and carries through the checkered line. Turn 16 is a 90-degree turn which is important to exit well, as it begins the long, curved final stretch of the race. Turns 17, 18, and 19 are long, gentle curves with increasing speed along the 2-kilometer stretch. The drivers can begin to race wheel to wheel as the track widens. Before entering Turn 20 is the second DRS detection zone, and then Turn 20 is a slight bend along the track where the drivers can still go flat out and overtake. Shortly after Turn 20 is the second DRS zone along one of the longest straights in the calendar, which carries through the checkered line. And that's a brief overview of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.